Winton. We are actually taking 2 cars down to Winton. I've got my turbo Mazda behind us, and we're towing with the Ute, which is also going to double duty as just a couple skid car. We're going to take it easy, I'd like to say. Day 2 of our track day weekend, and today is in the Mazda. We have got Winton, which you would have seen we drove about a year ago in the S13, and I'm sorry boss, fuck you, and I really was hoping to bring the S13 back out here with its new gearbox to see what she could do, but unfortunately we didn't quite get our engine back yet. Still, hopefully very soon, and I'll be keen to get that car back out there. But today we're in the turbo Mazda, and I am absolutely pumped to rip on this thing. Although our day hasn't started amazing, because as soon as I parked it, it decided it wants to leak coolant now. So yeah, gotta sort that out, and I gotta go wash all the fucking dirt off this thing from rallying it to the pub the other night. I'm getting keen, let's get this sorted and get out on track and have some fun. Lucky for us, our coolant leak was a nice simple bracket that I forgot to put a nut back on, so bolted that up and she's all good to go. We're just heading out for our very first laps. No need to go crazy. We're just trying to get comfortable in the car. We got to remember this is the very first proper drive of this car and shakedown after sitting for over 8 years. Yes, it's had a dyno run and stuff, but we need to make sure we're not going to present any other problems and just work our way up slowly, get comfortable in the car. Got to make sure you hit limiter before you shift gear down the straight. So far our shakedown's going well, but it is pretty obvious that these tyres are rubbish. They were very old 10-year-old tyres I grabbed to throw on this car for the day. I did hope that we'd be able to get some temp back into them, but it didn't seem like that was going to be the case. So it might not look like I'm pushing very hard, but as you're about to see, we are balancing on the edge of grip of this car. See, it really didn't take any sort of input to get this back end to kick out, and it does happen to me again on the higher speed section. At the end of the day, the tyres are our problem, but I can adjust the shocks just to make it a little bit more forgiving. Alright. Well, we might play around with a few things now. Like I said, I'm not going for lap records or anything like that, and we're definitely not going to set any crazy times, but I did put the crappier tyres on the front first because I want to get them properly bedded in and heat cycled. I'm going to throw them to the rear now, adjust our pressures, and I might soften off the rear a bit. Yeah, I like the rotation when I need it, but it's a little too unstable at high speeds on the braking. It wants to kick out the rear, which we do not want. So we'll get that sorted and we'll be ready for our second session. Should be a passenger session, so we'll get either Chris or Lincoln in this thing and yeah, have some fun. But this thing screams down the straight. So we found ourselves in another car. We're borrowing my mate's kids over there, and if you saw him in my last track day video, he had the Lotus. This is his new Yaris GR, and we're about to take this thing for it. Got Chris in the passenger seat. We're going to take it nice and chill, but I'm keen for the experience and get to drive it, see how these things are all about.
Yeah, this thing rips.
It's like so planted.
Yeah, bro.
What the fuck? It only took about one corner to realise that this car is planted. It was so confidence inspiring. By the time I did 3 corners, I was more than comfortable with pushing it up to pace. It might not sound like much on the interior cam, but that little 3-cylinder turbocharged motor is huffing, makes about 300 horsepower. But where this thing excels, obviously, is the cornering, and by God, the brakes were insane, as you'll see by Chris's reaction, and I'm pretty sure I gave him whiplash after these laps.
Unreal. This thing's crazy, bro.
So even though this is a passenger session, so we don't have official timing, we did around a 136 in this car, which is pretty crazy when you consider that anything under 130 is ballistically fast. Most of the Lotuses and Porsches were doing around 132, 133s here, so that shows you just how fast this thing was going through the corners. Wild. Not something you get to do every day.
Oh man, that was sickening.
That was wild. Fuck me, this thing is planted.
Fucking hell, man.
Like, unreal. Well, there's something about driving like a new car that's basically stocked, and it's just like, well, it can't break, can it?
True.
Dang. Wow.
It was hectic.
It's mad to know some fucking awesome people that'll throw you the keys to some ridiculous things, so yeah. Thanks, Kit. I really do wish I had the camera turned the other way, because you probably couldn't understand how much we were hoofing this fucking thing. It was so, like, confidence inspiring. I think that 3rd corner, I was like, oh, it's just stable as fuck. Unreal. I hope they have that time lap, because I'm curious what it did.
Man, we're pumping.
There was a couple laps I was like, these are heaters.
So much for 80% with the passenger in the car.
That was 80%, guys. Fuck. What we got here? Well, just, you know, taking the race car back out to go into town and get some lunch. Of course, you know, following 2 Porsche Spiders, RSs. Man, those laps in the Yaris. Fuck. I'm still puffed. Chris is dead. Chris was hanging on for dear life in that passenger seat.
God damn.
Oh, yeah, the G-forces were next level. This thing's still fun.
KFC.
So this ended up being our last session of the day. After a massive weekend, I wasn't keen to stay late and then have the late trip home. Time to throw caution to the wind and see just how far we could push this thing. We had numerous moments where the thing was four-wheel sliding. I'm shattered that the in-car GoPro really doesn't do the noise justice, but as you would have heard from that outside clip before, this thing absolutely screams. Rubbing actually sounds a fair bit worse than I thought it was with the helmet on. I could hardly hear it. It wasn't too bad when driving by myself, but with a passenger in it, this thing was rubbing everywhere. Luckily, I wasn't cutting too badly in the tires, just making a whole bunch of noise. So this was definitely our fastest session of the day. As it was a passenger session, there's no official time. Chris was doing a stopwatch and it was about a 1:43 we ended up doing. Early in the day, our official time we got was a 1:46, so we definitely improved on that pretty significantly. I honestly reckon there's a 5 to 6 plus second gain just from putting better tires on this car. Just could not carry the corner speed. But we also ran out of brakes pretty easily too. Either way, I am super stoked with how the Mazda did. She took all the abuse, all the limiter, all the massive fireballs we were shooting out of the exhaust. What a time it was.
Good shit.
It's about as hard as I can push this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing's like, it's under everything. Tires, brakes, all of it. Well, she survived. We're definitely giving her everything there. Ran out of brakes, tires, and all of it. But I think she probably did alright. Probably picked up a couple seconds off the first time because I definitely pushed it a lot harder. Not that this is a track car, but this thing would be like quite a little weapon if it had some good tires, brakes, and an LSD, because it just pegs everywhere. But you know, we'll probably just explode the gearbox at that point. So yeah, Mazda did bloody well, and now we're gonna drive her all the way home in sheer luxury. So hope you enjoyed this video. It has been a mammoth weekend here, so yeah, and I'm absolutely stoked with that again. That's so much fun. Chris getting most improved in the GS300. The Ute fucking ripped way harder than I thought it would. I mean, obviously we did have that smoking thing go on, but you know, some stop smoke fixed that. And honestly, it was almost fixed just driving it home, so I'm not sure exactly what's going in it. Maybe just valve stem seals after a bit of valve float or something like that. Let some oil in. But I think she's still good. And the Mazda ripped. So yeah, we had some fun driving a whole bunch of different cars both today and yesterday. So absolutely stoked. hit that like button if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.